Alright guys, real quick, before we jump in, I know a lot of people skip past intros, so we're going to sum this up real quick. We're doing a top 5 variant list. There's only 5 on this one, and did so to make the video short for you guys, as well as given, I wanted to give you guys different brackets, different levels that you could dip your toe into, so you're going to see the prices go from least expensive up to most expensive. Obviously, once we get into the top ones, a lot of those figures, all these figures are definitely ones, especially if you're a variant collector, you're gonna go after. But a lot of the top pieces are going to be the grail pieces that most of the hardcore collectors want or have in their collection, as well as finding prices for those higher numbered ones, since a lot of those pieces would be exclusives from gift boxes in Japan and things like that. We'll get into it more as it comes. They're going to usually be sold amongst private collectors and before it even hits like eBay. So this is 2026. The prices obviously change all the time for all the toys we're buying, so check it there. But we're going after complete listings on that averaging amount. I did it on here. We'll show the prices as we go, but once we get to the bigger ones, it's kind of an estimation from what I've seen in past sales. So lastly on that, we're not going to have any of the Greek beasts in there. These are 2 of the Death Spider right here from the Greek line of Battle Beasts. They come in a very Keshi, Muscleman style coloration, range of colors. I believe there's like 7 different colors from each. Pretty much all of these are going to be like Series 1 that you would get in the Greek Beast, but for all of like Series 1, there'd be like 7 colors for each of those, basically. A lot of these go up. You'd have like this one could maybe be $60, and this one could be like $250, and there's a blue one that's like $350. So a lot of different variants in the Greek Beast that are super expensive, very hard to come by, and we can talk about those on a later date. So those are excluded from the list today, as well as showing off. I mean, they look just like this, but they're called gumballs, and we do not have those to show off to you guys. Unfortunately, I wish I would have got them back then, back in the earlier days when these things were $350. But gumballs, as you can see from here, they range, I don't know now, people want to ask like $1,000 to $3,000, which this is $4,000 on this listing you see here. I'm sure, no, these are ridiculous numbers, and no one's paying for those or anything. So gumballs are one of the most amazing battle beasts they are. They came in machines in Japan where you you put the quarter in, and then a little egg clamshell will come out. Picture here so you guys can see what that looks like. But yeah, these are fantastic. Again, they only made them for the first series of Beast. They did come with like rub signs and stuff that you could put on them, and they are absolutely amazing, but they will not be included in the list. They are super, super grails and very, very expensive, so for those, they are not. On with the list now, since we're wasting so much time. Number 5 is going to be one thing we don't talk about much on this channel just yet, and we are talking about Laser Beast, baby. We're talking about number 86, Rainbow Sam, coming in at number 5. Now, this right here is going to be the normal version. For these prices we're going to give today, they're going to be with weapon included, because a lot of these figures are really, really expensive. So once you're in the $100 range, you better give me the dang weapon. Honestly, once these things should just fly and walk their little asses over to my house for the price I'm paying for them, especially for their weapons. So these figures right here don't have the weapons in the hand, but as we're showing off on the figure, why he's on here is this piece right here. This is the Rainbow Sam with the unpainted eyes. You can see right here, there is no coloration. We'll put pictures for you guys to see. Now, if you're trying to get the regular one, again, with the Laser Beast, they don't have the normal rub signs that you guys remember. Heat, water, what? I always want to do Captain Planet, but whatever. Wind, water, fire. I still did it again. They have the rub signs on them, and these ones, when they went to the Laser Beast, they switched to the orbs. This one, I believe, is fire. You would shine the light of the orb up to the light, and then you would be able to see through there. It looks really cool once you do it in the light. But on this one, here's the weapon, by the way, that you guys can like see. The weapons for the Laser Beast, they bear resemblance to the character. So this one, you can kind of see like the parrot beak, the head that goes up on there. So the weapons, if you're trying to buy them like singly, like we've shown or talked about or spoken about on past videos, if you're trying to get normal Battle Beast weapons, you're usually around like $10 to $25. Once you're into these Laser Beasts here, you're probably more in the $25 to $35 for the lower end of Laser Beast, because as you guys know, the Battle Beast Series 1 goes from 1 to 76, and from 77 to 88, I believe, is the first numbers of Laser Beast in his mid-Laser Beast range. There's like another 12 or whatever of those, and then there's high-end. And the price just goes up from there, and that's why we haven't gotten to the Laser Beast as of yet. If you're trying to get the normal Laser Beasts without, weapon and stuff online, it's going to be about $50 for him. And then this bad boy, to bring us on the list to start it off, we have $125 for this unpainted eye version here. You could have gotten, I believe, either of these variants on a card back. In America, the Laser Beasts were first released would have been Series 4, and they were very short distribution before the line ended. They were called Shadow Warriors over here, and then in Beastformers, Laser Beast over in Japan. In Japan, you would have got them in the box right here, which is Rainbow Sam, which is actually the unpainted eye version. This bad boy is sitting inside this box, so that's how I got that one. You would get the Laser Beast up pretty much through all the numbers up until the very far 112. Once you get up there, they're in exclusive sets that you would get those beasts. But they were coming like this instead of the 2-pack in Japan. But in America, you would have got this in the 2-pack, which I don't have any. I don't have any Shadow Warriors to show on a card, which is very, very unfortunate. Last thing to show on this one, as far as I can remember, I believe this is the only variation for Laser Beast, and it is in the lower numbers of Laser Beast you get this one, and once you get up into the other ones, there's not really any variations at all. So I think that's pretty amazing. He's our first Laser Beast on the list, so if you want to dip your toe into the Laser Beast for the first time, there you go, guys. That is number 5. Beating it up to number 4, and we are talking about Gargantuan Gorilla Man right here. This is obviously the normal version. We showed him off on the last video, the cheapest Battle Beast. This one will run you about, I believe he was in the $10 bracket if he was all messed up, no rub sign and whatnot. You could pick him up. But if you're trying, he's not on there because we want the cheap one. No, we want the super expensive one, which we also spoke about. And he is right here. This is the orange version of the gorilla. But this one right here with weapon and whatnot is going to run you $150, which is pretty crazy. You get a spicy, nice mint version of this for $25. This bad boy is $150. You would get this one in the U.S. release of the Bandolier. You see it in the background a bunch. We showed it off in the last video as well in the pictures. But you would have got this in the Bandolier. But right here, number 4... Oh man, the gorilla. It's crazy. I can't believe these things are that much. I remember actually back in the day, he was like $25 for that variant. He was definitely one of the variants that was a little bit harder to find. So number 4, $150, Gargantuan Gorilla, orange creamsicle variant. Number 3 is a shocker. It is a shocker. We're talking about number 31, Power Jaguar, or Jaded Jaguar. We haven't shown off him yet because we haven't done complete Series 2 Beast, but we have showed him off in the most expensive Beast, as he is one of the most expensive, just normal ones that people want to get. When you see this coloration right here, this is the blue Jag. I think you kind of have to have both. Their colorations are so different that obviously you're going to want to collect them if you're trying to get a full line. As well as I always thought these two were like brothers. So also this is we just need a white one and we'll have America right there. It'd be like perfect. But yeah, so you have your 2 variations. This is your one that's going to be more expensive. He is coming in at $169, which is absolutely insane that this figure is that much. Normally, I want to say he's like $25 for the red one. I can't remember what we did on the video back then. I do too many of these things. But he was definitely in the top 3, I think, of the most expensive beasts. And as you can see from here, of the normal variations that you could get from Series 1 and 2, the blue Jaded Jaguar is going to be the most expensive. I do believe I have the red one in a single box. And I can't remember what color it comes in. Maybe a tropical. But for the carded, I got this one right here. You can't see the whole card back in this wonderful angle, but here it is right there. He is Next to Iguanamons, these are not consecutive numbers like they go on in the package, but I really like the coloration of the blue and the orange. I thought it popped really good. A lot of times you would get this one in a package with the hippo. So here's the hippo right here. So it would be like that more so. I just don't like the colors of that one as much, and I already had this one in the Japanese box, so I wanted to get the blue version on the card, which, as you can see from this listing here, someone's asking a ridiculous amount. I don't understand why they think they can charge that, but apparently this one is harder. Does draw some money if you have it on card, but these people have lost their minds with the prices that they're asking for these things. On to number 2, baby. All right, as we get into number 2, now we're jumping up to the big boy numbers, because this is a character we all know and love. He's one of the main ones, if not the main character for Battle Beast. Boom, we're talking about White Leo, Pirate Lion, number 1. He was in the most expensive figures as well. But White Lion is White Leo, White Lion. He is white. It's definitely one of my favorite characters. You know him. He's on all the stuff. Advertisement. He's one of the main characters as well in the storyline. But this one right here is going to be the special one that everyone wants. This is the Sunburst Lion. I'll put a picture you can see on here, because the Sunburst on here is unlike the water, wood, or fire that you would get. The Sunburst is basically a sun-looking sticker. See if I can get it to go off actually while we're talking. And the Sunburst would defeat every figure in the line when you were playing this as a kid. Also, this was advertised on the Series 2 2-packs, which I don't have one to show you guys right now. But in any case, this bad boy will set you back. Remember, the last one was $169 for him. Now we're jumping up to $516 for the Sunburst Lion. This figure, although being advertised that you could possibly find on the 2-pack back in the day of the Series 2 that were released, that was actually not released, from what I understand, ever in America. You were never allowed, you were never able to find that figure on a card, or just find that random willy-nilly showing up. You would have had to purchase this piece right here, which you're not going to be able to really see it in this camera angle we do have, but this is the Sunburst Lion gift pack. I'm not going to open it all the way up on here. Again, I'll put some pictures so you can see it better, but you do get a gaggle of figures in there. This box is so ridiculously awesome. It also comes with this amazing stuff right here. We're talking about the Japanese poster, very sought after. This thing is absolutely mint condition, and one of the best things that are coveted by everyone, and it is the tablet for the Stone Cobra, which is going to come into play very soon, as well as all these cards that you would have gotten for the characters as well. This set is amazing. Inside the set, you would not know if you were going to get this figure right here or a clear version of Alligatoron. Man, let's see if you can see him on here. On the box, you can see there's the clear gator, and then there's the Sunburst Lion. So you did not know which one you got until you opened it up. I got the Sunburst Lion. I guess at the time I was disappointed, but now I'm not, because this is one of the main beasts that you have to have. But you could have gotten the clear gator, which we don't have, and he didn't make the list, but he's definitely one of the top variants that you can get. He's going to come in at $240 for the clear version of this gator. Pictures, like I said, so you guys can see. I don't own that one, but he does come up quite often. A lot of times when you get to the clear figures that were released in these gift sets, they would fade yellow over time, so finding a nice minty perfect one nowadays is becoming increasingly harder. And alright guys, before we wrap this up, I want to just shout out an honorable mention. He didn't make the list. He's the one that everyone thinks should probably be number 1, but I think there's one that's going to eclipse him, and there's reason why I put him as number 1 for today's video. But for this honorable mention, we're talking about Stone Cobra. That is not what you see on this screen. This is just normal Cobra. Cobra Rander, number 59, Series 3. You're trying to get these beasts. This is, I want to say he was most expensive beast, actually. So it was only fitting that he would be number one. For his Stone Cobra, which is this one right here in this little Japanese thing. This came out of that box set we just showed off. This is a piece of the tablet. There's another piece of this tablet that you would have got from the Blazing Eagle Japanese playset. You could combine these two together and you would send them in, and then they would send you a mail away Stone Cobra. That's why he's so difficult to get, is one, he was a mail away, and two, US people didn't even know this thing existed. You can't read any of this stuff because we didn't have translate back then. So I don't know what this says. This just looks like a cool figure, whatever. So we didn't know that figure existed. Low numbers printed. Looking about $1,000 for a version of the Stone Cobra. I had many chances when I was in the olden days to get him. I remember he was always $500. He was the most expensive. He was the most expensive beast. A lot of the big collectors have a Stone Cobra, or they moved them because you have, you know, $1,000 sitting in your it's just this little thing is $1,000 just sitting there. Like, I can buy a car, a used one, for that price. So I don't have that one now. I'm not paying that for it. There's a lot of fakes that are out there. But you know, maybe one day I'll get one from one of the top guys. They'll give me a real one, and I would love to have my thing. But because of that, he is not number one. And the number one beast, he's a fan favorite. I don't know if he was on most expensive, but we're talking about Killer Fish, baby. Killer Carp figure is also one of my favorites. He has so many different variations, and that's why he is coming in at number one. This version right here is not the one that's going to make the list. This is the one that we want. Do we want the clear one? Remember we talked about the clear gator? Well, there's a clear carp because he came in his own special Japanese set, the clear carp set. I don't have that. Definitely a very sought after beast as well. Only Japan exclusive. He comes in $188 if you're trying to find that one. But that's not the one we want either. How about we go up to the Beastie Combate? No, sir. So Beastie Combate is, I mean, that's the best Battle Beast line. We've talked about them many a times. The Spanish Beast, they came in different colorations. And not only do they come with a different magenta, purple and whatnot on it, but you also can get the carp with the yellow eyes. I know, what? You changed the eye color? Wait, how much is this thing going for? I mean, people are saying ridiculous prices. Like $500. What? Yeah, that's right. If you can find the Beastie Combate with the yellow eyes, he's one of the most sought after beasts. He's usually, people are asking like $500. I think it's ridiculous. I think $250. Like, maybe I give you $250, $300, which I still think is ridiculous. But you could get him, I believe, the Beastie Combate with the normal colored purple as well as the yellow eyes. So he is $500. That's not who we're talking about, though. We are talking about the one and only, the soy sauce carp. Picture shown here. Killer Carp picked him up from his amazing collection from Jay. You guys know it as the soy sauce carp. Back in the day, we used to call it striped carp. So the soy sauce has moved up there. I like to think of him and Cobra Rander as the scratch in the hot spot. Back in the day, this would have been the scratch, and this was the hot, or yeah, this is the hot spot. But now I think it's flipped around, where this is the scratch and this is the hot spot. Mind you, these are the normal versions. We're talking about the super expensive Stone Cobra and soy sauce carp. So just imagine with magic that these two are actually what's sitting in front of this table. But that one right there, the soy sauce, people are asking stupid prices. I don't know. On Killer Carp's video, it was like thousands. So you're probably looking around like $1,000 to $3,000 for a soy sauce carp. This back in the day was $350. You would have got the soy carp from the Japanese punch box, which you can see pictures of it here, which basically you would pay money at a store and then punch your fist through a box and pull out one of these boxes. They had single boxes. They also had figures in there that were in packages. They had packages full of just weapons. They had drills, which we're not going to talk about either, because once we get into these infinity stones that you're seeing sitting on this screen right here, this is a variant that we ain't ready for, and that's why I eliminated some of these variants. They're so expensive. Once you get into the drill variants that are Japanese, super exclusive punch box, we're talking yellow, maroon. We're not even going to go into blue drill, which is talking about like Raiders of the Lost Ark, the Ark of the Covenant type stuff. It's so rare. These things basically like are down payments on houses. Back in the day, they were like $3,500 to $5,000. I imagine now people probably want 8 to 10. So we're not talking about them. They're on the list. Soy sauce enough. $3,000. I will give you $550 to $700, sir, which is insane for a little toy like this. That's why he makes it number one, because you can get a normal version, you can get a striped version, a clear version, a yellow-eyed version. I gotta have yellow eye over all of them. That's not insane. No. He gets number one. Coming in most valuable variant of today's video. The soy sauce Carp. Shout out Killer Carp for yours in your collection. Definitely jelly baby on that. And that rounds out your top 5 most expensive variants from BattleBeasts. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. More of these types of videos coming for you guys. We can always do another variant video for all the super expensive stuff, for all the gumballs, things we couldn't do today. I already talk and say too much in these videos, and they go far too dang long, so I apologize about that, but I hope you guys got something out. Hit that like button, trying to get the channel up there, and comment. I love to know what you guys think, what you guys want to watch. BattleBeast wise. Stick tuned to the channel, and until next time, guys, mad love, geek out.